How are you, my dearest friends?
From YouTube. Today we are in a new video because friends, season 33 of Battlegrounds premieres today. In this case, you are seeing that I have played the season, the predicate or rather, and therefore I bring you who are the best attackers, who are the best defenders, and what are the chances of being able to put in the best characters and best defenders. And for this season, reach that left gladiator circuit. Let's remember that in this season, we are going to have that essence to be able to get the new Imperious Idol. Therefore, I recommend that you are participating separately in this new season. We're going to have some totally crazy prizes for playing it since it's the 3rd anniversary of Battlegrounds. Therefore, friends, I recommend that. Take this video, and so that you know that they are the best attackers and defenders, the first thing we are going to do is read the note that we are going to have this season. Okay, and we are seeing what the latent virus is, which is basically what we have in most game modes, because let's remember that it is the Saga boss. Okay, attackers with the Saga O tag have a latent virus that grants them 80% critical strength and 15% critical resistance for 10 seconds. Stability begins with a cooling time of 10 seconds and is every time the latent virus expires, then we also have the Saga booster. What is the outbreak? Attackers who tag Saga have a 10% chance of propagating their outbreak to the defender each time contact occurs, which increases by 30%, while the latent virus is active. The outbreak inflicts 10% attack as direct damage for 8 seconds, and by applying this outbreak a total of 10 to 10 times, the attacker's latent virus becomes an indefinite propagating virus with a 40% chance of applying the outbreak. So this what it's going to do is, if we use people, Magistad Gun are going to be increasing our energy damage, okay? So to speak, as direct damage. We got him in shape. Every time a skilled attacker is immune to a handicap or purifies a handicap or has an indefinite passive effect of fury that increases attack strength by 70% with a maximum of 5 charges, we are already seeing that classes are imposed again invaders. In this case, the skilled class that purifies or removes disadvantages. He's gonna be key in this party season as attackers, okay? Then we also have prone to patience. Every 5 seconds, the attacker suffers a disadvantage from the following: order, weakness, disorient, demolition, and blocks on attacks, and then starts again. Each disadvantage lasts 10 seconds. This is the same node that we have in monthly supervision, in which as long as it is in the skilled part. Okay, therefore, here friends, the issue of skilled characters is going to reign a lot in this season, and apart from that, if they are already from the saga, they are better than better. So we're going to pass. What are the best defenders and attackers we have for this season?
Well, friends, and in
this case, we are going to base on the ones that Mcoc has made and that it is a piece of content creator that he has. And in this case, well, this photograph via Twitter, in which they make it totally clear which are the best attackers and defenders for this Waterloo season. In this case, we are going to be analyzing. We now focus on the elite lineup of characters deserving a spot in your DAC to guide you toward triumph on this thrilling battleground season. Here's where it gets exciting. Is the Bosch saga. So those who belong to the Founders War saga are going to be pretty good here. In this case, for example, we can highlight Spider-Woman, we can be highlighting Boy Whale, although Boy may be a little bad about the issue of disadvantages. Then all the skilled ones I think are going to be totally good here. In this case, we removed it because in the end it is one for long fights. But for Asimo with the Frankencastle debugging, although if you don't have it, then Adam. Then we have the good-natured Blanca with her debugging Lumatrix, Mr. Knight Sanchi himself with the debugging also very well Mallman, which in the end is a mode developed for him because absolutely all the disadvantages are removed, and Elena Biloda, who may also be serving us. Then for the rest of the characters, I think I would put our dearest friend as the bold attacker. Then we could also put Gentle, who is also quite big at 1-year-old. The only thing to be very careful with the issue of that advantageous self-injury that Gingrey has, as always, is an asset that serves you both for attack and defense. Dust can also be useful to you, and then on the technological side, I would put at most classic Iron Man, Soul Barch, and the Maker. Okay? And now in the Mystics, for me, it doesn't interest me so much because we remember that we have Drak. One that is not available now unless you have bought the Indian Spider-Man packs, which is currently not available either, and Sophane, which for me is not so good, because defenders aren't going to. Having so many advantages and imperative that no, we still have not little. Apart from that, as attackers and defenders, we can also benefit from, as I said, the skill class, as you are already seeing on the screen. Therefore, defense as an offense may be serving as well for Tuma, who is a bit of a character.
Kelly of an attacking character. Pure and hard that through the hemorrhages we are going to be giving to anyone, and thanks to those debugs
Well, we are going to remove the disadvantages.
of the node.
Then we also have,
For instance, characters like Daredevil from Hell's Kitchen, Sandstone, or Black fail to align with our objectives, which serves us. And on top of that, he is from the hit saga Monkey is another character, which can be of great use to us.
apart from the damage caused by critics, it will greatly benefit you due to the bleeding and awareness of drawbacks.
Gorg, can you come to us?
Well, as a defender, okay, Mantis can also be good for us, although I would put it less. Bulse, as always, is a great advocate. Nick Fury, as always, removes the disadvantages whenever he moves to the second life. But with that, you have it a little difficult to handle to be able to get 100% of life in Battlegrounds. Nitras, this one can do thanks to the buff that Crossbone and Yavarisam have done for me, are one of the key pieces we have this season for this Arbit Victoria. It's okay because these two characters take absolutely all the punches off just punching the opponent. Okay, Inpin as a defender and as an attacker, although I wouldn't put it anymore because there is already the goal of the team, it has already gone far enough. Then we have Molman as always, both as attacker and defender, Sanchi who we have already said before, and Valkyria who I am. I'd put it on the deck a little bit. Then too, for example, we have Franken Cassie and Al and our friend. Oh, what's this character's name? Oh, I don't remember. But I wouldn't wear them. Okay, other than Franken Casellis,
Pretty complicated to be getting.
currently they're solely focused on the topic at hand.
Proceed. I'll tell you about the bustles, okay?
Then for the issue of defense, okay, basically we have to say that those damages had to be eliminated by effect. Okay, so there is immunity or the duration is removed. Harmful effects. For example, we have Condenifaria to remember that he is a character that is not very useful to energy damage. Therefore, for the Eastern team of the boss saga, it can be good for us. Just like Lamol for another fundamental character for this defense. And then we also have
These mutant characters that can be very good for us, Dust, Eichmann, and Emma Frost to a lesser extent.
okay, but above all, Dust can be good for us both for attack and defense. Then for the part.
Arcade is beneficial for technologists. Does it possess that level of durability?
To energy damage.
And besides, he's a pretty good defender with those auto blocks.
Arning Solanos.
You can come over, and in fact, that's excellent.
At Nandel.
Futuro, as always, is a great defender and quite a pussy.
Antinela.
And Big Vision, I don't.
I'll put, okay, Place Lock is also like,
Good defender, but in this case, I think it falls to 20 best defenders to be able to do this route in the history cosmic teams for my teacher. As always, it has to be.
and here, for example, I would add Thanos Deadles, who also has quite a bit of stamina. What happens is that here, Mystikai, well, he hasn't put it, and already for issues of the
Mystics. The Destroyer is 111 character, yes.
it must be, I notice it, but now.
Let's remember that the 6-star one, therefore you don't put it, nothing would happen.
And Kindle, that,
As always, he is a very, very good character.
apart from that, also as defenders, he has stood out.
Those that prevent purification, it's okay that in a certain case because he takes it away in other apocalypses. In this case, it can come very well. Pisop is also a pretty strong defender.
Captain Britain, another character.
Strong that apart, it has what?
From the Safeguard, well, here also as Cosmics, I haven't seen him as a defender either.
Dark Phoenix is good. It's okay that they also get a lot of that immunity to energy damage.
Then since I eat mutants, okay, I would put Jean Grey, yes or yes OS.
I remember that this is Tamu as an attacker and as a defender. It will be very good for us in this node later.
We have Oslot Dusty.
Mr. Sinister, that we remember Mr. Sinister can also be quite useful to us.
Despite the node limiting him, he remains useful.
Efficient in defense because in the end,
The attacker's damage is due to that energy damage, but what does?
this character.
It effectively prevents debugging and aids here.
In these people, in this node, it goes.
Since the Rupture, are they going to shine?
Plus the mutant characters as they force you to be using skilled characters.
For the attack, it's okay. Then what else do we have, friends?
Well, access to effective damage on the issue of attackers. Well, we have all these characters who are very good in the end here.
Anything's fine.
Character that causes damage.
Energetic either.
For profit of.
Power or by another.
Special in basic attacks at the end.
Characters that generate.
Disadvantages include characters like Human Torch, Scorpion, and Fit Monkey. For instance, Jade, Biasonic Fury, or Koi also perform remarkably well in this node.
Black.
Panther, Black Widow, Lethal Origin at the end with those high voltages, not the
We burst, Archangel.
to a lesser extent because let's remember that he is a 6-year-old character.
Stars.
Then also Deadpool X Board 2.
It shines so brightly.
In these nodes, Osload, Sunspot, and Megasonic contribute effectively, even if Megasonic works a little slower.
Technological topics.
Well, arcade can be very good for us, as we have already said before, Bastion, that disintegration is massive, and on top of it,
It's from the Hulk Booster Saga. Then has the Mega Center.
sorry, Solvatch.
Although Solvarch in
Smaller measure because I am using it and I didn't like it as much.
For the comic part,
As I mentioned previously in detail, Carphinix's capabilities will absolutely cater to our needs, including figures like Gorescreen Hyperion, Carolina Dean, Medusa, and even Venom. Vox on a smaller scale also plays a part in this scheme.
Okay, because this.
Passages are a little less damaged, therefore they are not done as quickly in fights, which is key for Battlegrounds.
And the part of the Mystics I would take, for example, to
Spiral would lead to Guillotine Deadless because Guillode has very strong degeneration damage in Red.
Usalani ko minority are characters.
Good, okay?
then also, what else do they tell us as attackers? Well, in this case,
Mystica and tells us that they are the counter attackers for the reversal is worth to be able to avoid that damage by reversal, which in this case are highlighting these characters to us.
Although they already, I have said with reality that you have to put them in either case.
And also find ways to dodge effectively.
Also the L, untouchable.
Untouchable and so on to be able to intercept it. Okay, in this case we have Dattler, we have characters who haven't said how. Leader pack, we want August, although to a lesser extent, Thanos Deathless, Nika Minoru. In the end, these are many characters that may be involved, and last but not least, the best.
Defenders in this particular case.
Well, as always, they shine, apart from those we have already said. The video captivates because of the evolutionist Photon, Spider-Woman, Tuna, Killmonger, Yelena Belova, and Bullseye. Moreover, in the Jingle Mutants segment, as emphasized before, Domino and Cassandra shine brilliantly.
Then in the
Technological characters, Arnik alone, we have already said it, but Red Skull is once again here as strong. Solbar for all that collection. Power that the Cosmic Snake has massive, as always, can never be missing in a defense of Battleground Thanos Deldes Master.
null, although not at all. Can you use those condoms sometimes? And two, and finally for the part of the Mystics, I would especially highlight Kinder.
That we have already said it previously.
Sasquatch and Paintra.
And Enchantress, of course, as you were not.
okay, well, for me, this would be the best attackers and defenders that I have been telling you to be able to give you an idea of what they are.
Better characters to wear these.
Battlegrounds to be able to get to that gladiator circuit in shape.
Quick and easy.
And finally, before we go to the video, as always, thanks to my there.
For these infographics.
And remember that
Or any purchase you make in the store if you enter its code, well,
Some money.
this individual ends up being taken away, yet ultimately provides significant assistance with the essential information we need.
So nothing, friends. Well, friends, I hope you liked today's video about it.
Everything has been clarified to you.
A little how.
Play this new season, which are the best attackers, who are the best defenders.
And what are they?
The nodes.
So friends, you have always liked the video, and above all, good luck getting to the victory route. I hope you liked the video if you're not there, and see you in other videos. Bye bye.
And before finishing
A huge thank you to everyone who is supporting the channel as members this October 2025. Special gratitude to my Soris of JP, Elias Ramirez, Oscar Salmeron, and Auca Roldan for being truly authentic Soris. If you'd like to join as a member, the option is available in the description of all our videos. See you next time.
and